Hmm. First, I want to say it's absolutely possible to become the full embodiment of the Christ consciousness, which is what most of us refer to as enlightenment. So enlightenment is a process of getting lighter, becoming lighter, going up the spiral of consciousness and up, awakening to ourselves as a vast, immortal, unfathomable divine being having a human experience here. Now, the reason we're not enlightened in every area of our life is it's pretty simple. Enlightenment happens in stages. When I talk about this spiral that we're moving up, it's not like going uphill on a roller coaster where you take all of yourself, or maybe going up in an elevator where you take every part of yourself at once. It's actually a process. We take a part of our consciousness. So a part of us may wake up to the idea that we're love in a body. For instance, the part of you that's right here in the now, your adult spiritual self, might have an awakening experience and suddenly realize their own divinity. But then you're going to have all sorts of parts of yourself that are kind of stuck out in the dark. And this is often referred to as the shadow. I like to call these parts subpersonalities or disowned aspects of self. And the parts of you that are stuck out in the dark are going to be unawakened, which means there's still going to be running behavior that is unhealthy, limiting, maybe dysfunctional. You're going to have habits that don't work for you. You're going to have beliefs that no longer work for you. You're going to have fears that are no longer serving you. And all of this stuff that's out in the shadow has to get integrated. So after your original awakening or enlightenment, what happens is then you'll start to dive down into the depths, the dark recesses of your own unconsciousness. You're going to have to get down into the subconscious patterns. You're going to have to get out there into the parts that are stuck out in cages in the dark. And this part is no fun initially. And so what happens is a lot of healers and light workers just stop. They just let one part of themselves take that elevator up and they say, I'm here. That's it. I've arrived. I'm enlightened. And then they're going about their day, negating the parts of themselves that are still stuck in suffering. And it's really a shame. It's actually hard for me sometimes to work with healers and light workers because they often think they're done. They often think, I'm enlightened and that's it. There's no more to do. I know all there is to know. And in my own experience, that sort of resistance is very limiting, and it prevents us from owning every part of ourself and getting all of our parts on board the enlightenment wagon. So if you still have some parts that are stuck out there in suffering, I just want to assure you that first of all, it's normal, it's natural, and the process of integration is a lifelong process. There are always going to be more parts stuck out there in the dark. There's always going to be areas to learn and grow in. Just keep going. Get engaged with the parts of you that you judge as unenlightened. And rather than judging them, get interested in them. Say, what are you still stuck in fear about? Like what are the beliefs about? What is the pattern? What is the habit? What is the old irrationality? And when you get interested in the parts of yourself that are not yet awakened, you're going to begin to wake these parts up and reel them into the loving to become the embodiment of enlightenment. Many blessings of joy and vibrant freedom.